and this is video 3 of my email guide on how to set up an email sequence. If you missed video number 1 and video number 2, then you need to pause this video ASAP, watch video 1 and 2, and then come back. I created this 3-way series so it's easily digestible. You do not spend too much time on one video and you can follow along. And you made it to video number 3. This is the last video. In video 1 and 2, we already talked about how to set up an email sequence, why setting it up, how to structure your email, how to set up the flow. And today, we're leaning more into automation tools and how to optimize your email sequence. So let's dive right in. You definitely need to subscribe to an email automation tool, whether it's MailChimp, Constant Contact, there's 1,000 of other platforms out there. Personally, I use MailChimp. I've been using it for years. I've used it for clients and different companies I worked for. It's super easy to use and they're constantly introducing new features. So this makes this platform really great. But I know it can be super overwhelming when it's your first time picking an email program or even starting with email marketing in general. And these tools really help you to manage your subscribers, to segment your list, to create lead magnets. So do not send out your emails using Google or Outlook or whatever you're using. No, you need to have a solid tool in place that can really help you to achieve the email automation. In your email automation tool, you want to make sure that they have segmentation options. We talked in previous videos about audience segmentation, but it's really important to segment your audience either into their birthday, into region that they're living in, the cities, their behavior, purchase behavior, and really their interest. So it's super important to make sure your email automation has email segmentation in place. And again, email segmentation is super important because you want to tailor your content to your potential clients' pain points. You also want to make sure that your email automation tool has testing and optimization. Usually email tools such as like MailChimp and Constant Contact, the ones I mentioned previously, they let you set up A/B testing. And A/B testing can really help you to understand, for instance, what subject line works better, or what email content works better, or what button, what images. And this way you can really optimize your emails to create a killer email. And if you've never heard of A/B testing before, A/B testing does not only exist in email marketing tools, but also in advertising. So whether you're on Facebook ads, you're on Google ads, and A/B testing tests 2 different versions. So let's say you have 2 emails, and they're identical, they're the same. But in email 1, you change the subject line. So we're just testing the subject line. When you do A/B testing, you should only change one aspect, the rest should stay the same. This way it ensures that you're testing the right thing. Meaning, let's say I send out a different email subject line and different images. Then this way you cannot really test, was it the email subject line that generated more clicks or the images? So you want to start by testing only one aspect. Start by testing the subject line. Once you know, okay, subject line A performs better, then next up, let's test the images using the new subject line so we know which images test or perform better. This way you can slowly test yourself to an email that works really well. And when it comes to testing, you can test anything and everything. So subject lines, your content, your images, your call to actions, your button, the colors in the email, the typography in your email, the tone in your email, the sender of the email. So definitely test anything and everything. And of course, whenever we test something, we also need to be able to measure it. So how do you measure success when it comes to email marketing? And measuring the success of your email marketing, whether it's your welcome sequence or another email sequence that you set up, but really measuring success is just so crucial for you to be able to improve your emails. And there are a few key metrics that you need to watch out for when running emails. You want to monitor open rates, click-through rates, conversion rates, and the number of subscribers who completed the entire sequence. Open rates refers to the amount of emails that were opened. Click-through rate, how many people took action, whether they clicked on a button to your website or you get a phone call from this, or just an action that they actually took once they opened the email. Conversion rates, so let's say you send out a coupon code and you want website conversions, or you want webinar sign-ups, or you want people to book a consultation, all of these would count as conversions. And then of course, lastly, I mentioned the number of subscribers who ran through the entire flow. Let's say you run this flow over 30 days and you're sending out 20 emails. You want to see from everyone who entered at email 1, who made it all the way to the last email. So you want to see how many people were falling off. So let's say the majority of people received 10 emails before unsubscribing from your sequence, either change the length of your sequence, or after email 10, maybe the content is not as strong, or maybe you're sending too many emails. So that is also a great way for letting you know where you should optimize. And of course, every time you collect data, you want to optimize, and you have to understand where to optimize and how to optimize. So use the data available to you in your email automation tool. And open rate, a conversion rate, sign-up rate, how many people completed the flow, that's all available to you in those email programs. And then next you can go to the A/B testing, as I mentioned before. So if people open my email but they're not taking any actions, so let's do A/B testing on, let's say, the buttons or the content of your email. So you need to see where do you fall short, and then how can I improve my shortcomings. And I also want to make you aware of compliance. Stay aware of email marketing regulations and ensure that your sequence is compliant. There are spam laws in place. So for instance, you cannot just send emails to people who never subscribe to your email newsletter. You want to definitely stay compliant. I recommend either reading up on it, contacting a lawyer, but definitely read into staying compliant. I want to share a few best practices and common mistakes with you so you can lean in on the best practices and you can avoid all the mistakes. And the best practice is really offer valuable content. Personalize your emails, create a strong call to action, and focus on engagement. And the most common mistakes that you need to avoid when using email marketing is avoid overwhelming your subscribers with way too many emails, making unsubscribing difficult, and neglecting to monitor and optimize your sequence. And when I talk about making it difficult to unsubscribe from your emails, just keep it super simple. On the bottom of your email, you should have an unsubscribe button where people can click on. They can say, hey, I no longer want to receive emails. If you design it in the way where people have to jump through 1,000 hoops to unsubscribe from your emails, that's going to have a negative effect on your emails, because people be like, okay, if you don't let me unsubscribe, bam, I click on the spam button. And then the more people click on the spam or flag your emails as spam, the less you will be delivered. And email providers say, hey, 100 people already clicked that this person sends out spammy emails, and we block off that your email goes in the main inbox, but you get redirected to the spam folder. And the more spam flags you get, the less likely your emails will show up in the inbox, but they will rather show up in that little spam filter that a lot of email providers, so Gmail and Outlook, Yahoo, already have in place. So that's the reason why you want to make it super simple for someone to unsubscribe, because you do not want that they get impatient and just says like, F it, I just click on the spam button because I don't want to receive those emails anymore. And I hope that my email guide really helped you to understand why setting up emails, how to set it up, what to watch out for, how to optimize those emails. Of course, if you have questions or you need someone who can set up the email workflow for you, you can always reach out to me. You find me on all social media channels at The Social Wisdom, or you can simply write me an email at nina@thesocialwisdom.com and I will help you. And this also leads us yet again to another episode to the Marketing Cheat Sheet podcast. I'm so glad you tuned in today. I cannot wait to see you next week. And always remember, the world is your oyster, but everything is disgusting. Until next week, goodbye. I always say in Germany, auf Wiedersehen.